Now you knew giofvcks, Psych Perspectives. Now you knew I was coming with a video on this. This is going to be a long video. Well, it might be. So, the protesters come back in Michigan. And this time, they're at the Capitol again. But this time, it's a full-fledged takeover of the Capitol building. With guns. With guns. I mean, in the face of the law enforcement. With guns. AR-15s. I mean, flags, everything. It's just absolutely a takeover. The militia has come out. The Second Amendment, bearing our arms, don't tread on me, Confederate flag waving, Nazi flag supporting. Anyways, they're out there. Militia style, taking over the Capitol. Now, again, I support the First Amendment, freedom of speech, right to assemble, protest, demonstrate. I support the Second Amendment, to bear arms. But at the same time, we're in a pandemic with over 60,000 people who have died. 60,000 plus. The death rate keeps increasing. Over 1 million cases in our country. I don't think this is the time to be storming the Capitol. I don't think this is the time to be trying to open states, let alone open the country. But, Psych Perspectives, we're going to look at different perspectives here. On one side, you also have to look at the fact that a lot of people are without income. A lot of people are without jobs. A lot of people, businesses are not going to be able to thrive because people can't come into the businesses. A lot of people don't know how they're going to pay their bills. A lot of people don't know when their next meal is coming, how they're going to pay rent, mortgage, utilities. A lot of people don't know how they're going to educate their children and school their kids. There's a lot of people who don't know how they're going to make it from A to B, from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to the next day to the next hour to the next week to the next month. It's a lot of uncertainty right now. So on one side, you got people that are screaming, give us freedom, open the economy now, open our states now, open our country now, because they need to make a living so they can provide for their families. They have bills and stuff to pay. They can't continue to not have a job or not be able to go to work. So you've got that classism aspect right in there as well. And that's how, we're all divided and conquered here, because it's racism as well, obviously. Racism and white supremacy. I mean, if you don't see the white privilege through this shit, I mean, let's be real. And let me tell you something. I have boycotted and protested, and we stormed Michigan's Capitol too when Rick Snyder was in office, because I'm in Flint, Michigan, and I'm from Flint, Michigan, and our city was poisoned by Rick Snyder's administration. But it wasn't just his administration. It was top down. It was up, down. Okay? It was down, up. It was all through their administrations, failed us every stage of the way. But his government, under Snyder's administration, along with the emergency manager, law, screwed places like Flint, Detroit, Pontiac, Benton Harbor, Saginaw, people of color, black communities, lower income, working class communities over horribly. And we did storm. We protested. We shut down the Capitol. But guess what? We were unarmed. We didn't have any weapons. We didn't have any guns. We had posters and signs, and we chanted. We didn't come in there with guns. We didn't come in there with guns. We didn't come in there with guns. And we were being poisoned. 6 years later, April 25th, 2020, represents 6 years since my city, the city that I'm born and raised in, the city that I currently reside in, Flint, Michigan, was poisoned. People died from Legionnaire poisoning. People have health issues forever. Children are forever impacted and will have developmental problems and mental health issues and physical health issues, psychological issues. This is long going and we're still waiting. You know, I just had my pipes replaced along with gas lines and other things that needed to be replaced. And but we didn't go in there with guns, right? We didn't go in there. And mind you, this is not the first protest. The other week, they were outside of Governor Gretchen Whitmer's house in her neighborhood. And then the week before that, they were in they were at the Capitol, but they were driving. This time, they just keep going up and up and up. And it's like, you're clearly doing this to rebel house, in my opinion, and to intimidate. And also, this brings in the sexism and the misogyny. Because let's be real, if Gretchen Whitmer was a man, do you really think these people would be doing the shit that they're doing? Hello, they didn't do it when Rick Snyder poisoned an entire fucking city, Flint, Michigan, when Rick Snyder literally took people's liberty, right? You're sitting up here complaining about freedom, yet Rick Snyder literally set up and implemented the emergency manager law, striping residents of these municipalities and cities, predominantly black people, brown people, people of color, lower income, working class people, stripped us of our rights with the emergency manager law, stripped us of our right to vote, stripped us of the elected officials that we elected as a city, as a municipality. He took our community resources, looking at how he did Pontiac, taking their police department, taking their fire department. And in Flint, our water. So, like I said, there's so many ways of looking at this. You can see the racism, you can see the sexism, you can see the classism, you can see the white supremacy. But at the end of the day, everybody's divided and conquered. In the meantime, we have 60,000 plus deaths. We have people storing bodies in U-Hauls. We have semi-trucks being used as refrigerators to store dead bodies. People are unable to graduate from high school, from college, from middle school, from elementary. People are unable to go to prom. People are unable to have regular burials. We have healthcare professionals committing suicide. We have people working at McDonald's, working at the gas station, working at the grocery store, working at Amazon. Your CNAs, your nurses, your doctors. You got people of all walks of life, from all different educational backgrounds, risking their lives every single day. But they've always been, right? It's just more aware now. We have a country with an economy that has been crippling, because for those of us that have been on Main Street, the economy was never really amazing. And that's been for years. I mean, if you're a millennial, if you're a Gen X, millennial, Gen Z, well, then you know what I'm talking about. Regardless of your race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, the economy has not really been our friend, has it? We haven't been able to make living wages in how long? Have you even had the opportunity to get a living wage? Have you been able to afford anything? Are you in massive student loan debt, healthcare debt? Yeah. We got over 30 million people who are unemployed. 30 million people who are unemployed. And that's happened in less than 8 weeks. And we're almost at 8 weeks. But that's less than 8 weeks. And we've got 30 million people unemployed. We've got all of these emergency relief policies and funds and acts and bills being passed. And what's crazy about it is we're all sitting here watching this country that claims to not have money for health care and free education and better infrastructure and clean water and, you know, more social security and universal health care, you know, and free college and whatnot. They don't have money for any of that, but then they just pulled out $2 trillion like it was your granny giving you $1 to go get some ice cream. And it's like, what the fuck? But Flint can't get clean water? But we can't get universal health insurance. And here's the thing, it's our money. We're the taxpayers. Listen to me. Regardless of your race, regardless of your ethnicity, regardless of your culture, regardless of your Southern heritage, regardless if you're LGBTQ plus or hetero, don't none of that shit matter, because at the end of the day, we all paying taxes, right? We all gonna die, right? We all got red blood, right? So many things going, we're all divided and can't even see. I keep thinking about, and and I always go back to this. I always go back to Finding Nemo. There is a scene in the movie that is a classic. I remember my mom took me, we went to the drive-in, I believe, to see this in Seattle, Washington, with Deidre. Oh my God, I have stories galore, and I might do some story times on this channel. But anyways, I was in what, 5th grade, and I was getting ready. Yes, because I was getting ready to graduate from elementary. For some reason, 5th grade was when we graduated. Anyways, I always go back to this. We're all divided and conquered. In the movie Finding Nemo, there is a scene where all the fish. This is when Nemo is in the dentist, and he's in the fish tank with the rest of the fish in the dentist's office, and the daughter is on their way to come and get Finding Nemo, because his daughter is known for killing her pets on accident because she just is, that type. So anyways, the fish decide to sabotage the efforts by dirtying up the fish tank. And one of the fishes, while they're all swimming in the fish tank and it's all dirty and nasty and grudgy to kind of make the daughter not want Nemo and everything, sabotaging the whole ordeal. One of the fish is in there, and the fish is like, don't you guys realize you're swimming in your own And of course they exit it out, they blurp it out because it's Pixar, Finding Nemo, Disney, But the gist is one of the fish was smart enough to realize, I get that we think we're sabotaging and we're doing shit here, but don't you realize you're swimming in your own shit? Well, that's kind of how we are. Don't you realize, black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, I don't care if your booty hole's sinking. Okay, I don't think you guys. Samson, show me your booty hole. Oh, that used to be my shit in 9th grade. Anyways, it doesn't. What did Michael Jackson say? Black, oh my, it was good, yeah. Anyways, the point is, it doesn't matter what your race is, your gender, your sexuality, your orientation, your political beliefs. At the end of the day, capitalism and greed affects us all. And yes, racism plays a big part. Yes, sexism and misogyny is there. Yes, homophobia and transphobia is there. Yes, ableism is there. But you know what's always there as well? And two, classism. And it touches everybody. While we're all fighting amongst each other, you got these fools pulling up with guns to harass this lady who's trying to save lives. We have a country that could have easily implemented universal basic income, giving everyone $2,000 a month, and freezing rent, freezing mortgages, forgiving student loan debt, forgiving healthcare debt. We could have did this, and everybody could have locked down, and we could have been locked down for probably 12, maybe 15, 16 weeks. But if we would have all had that, and everybody would have been secure and safe, and only the main people, the main people, the front line folks were the only ones out, and we would have did this the right way, we could have been flattened the curve. We could have avoided 60,000+ people being dead and over 1 million cases. And here's the thing, we weren't supposed to hit 60,000 plus until August. It's May. It's May 1st. We're 3 months ahead. So I don't even want to think where we're going to be at come August. Y'all better pray. Y'all better pray. And I mean, I don't know who you pray to, what your deity is, but I'm praying, I'm sending good energy, I'm sending good vibes. You better get your orders in order. You better tell people that you care about, that you love them now. You better do things that you always said you was going to wait till next year or wait till next month. You better do it now, because ain't shit promised. And my thing is, it was never promised. It was never promised, but now it's not promised. I support Gretchen Whitmer. I stand with the women from Michigan, that woman from Michigan, you know. I support Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist. But this shit's crazy. It's about saving lives, bruh. It's about saving lives. And you know, like I said, this is going to be a long video. Another thing that don't make sense is, we all know if people of color, African Americans, Hispanic Latinos, Native Americans, black people, brown people came up with their guns, with our guns, and we was storming the Capitol, we would have got shot the fuck down. It would have been a straight up massacre. People would have been getting bodied. And there would have been fines, and you getting killed. You know, shoot first, no, ask questions later. Hell, we had peaceful protests throughout history, all the, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago. Hell, I've been a part of peaceful protests, marches and rallies and die-ins, and we never brought guns and weapons. But even in our peaceful, non-violent, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., SNCC, and many other people, non-violent, peaceful, and was hosed down, beat down, shot down, killed, slaughtered. Hands up, don't shoot, Michael Brown slaughtered. Getting pulled over for a damn tail light slaughtered, Sandra Bland. We know all too well. But these white men, they can go up there with full out militia style, army style, technical attack gear, AR-15 assault rifle carrying, and all up in the Capitol. Do you hear me? Guns a-toting, guns ready to blaze, yelling in the face of law enforcement. Yet law enforcement will kill us talking about, oh, I thought it was a gun, when bitch, I'm holding a vape pen. We had a 12-year-old little boy, Tamir Rice, shot and killed playing with a BB gun in a park. Trayvon Martin, 17 years old, shot and killed with some Skittles and some iced tea. Renisha McBride, shot and killed, knocking on the door for help. Rakia Boyd, shot and killed, minding her business, walking down the street. And let's not forget Emmett Till, 1955, murdered, slaughtered for allegedly whistling at a white girl. So we've seen what the police do when it comes to us. And there's so many more names. So many people have been murdered and killed and beaten and harmed for less. And y'all going up there with guns, screaming in the face of the law enforcement, threatening the lives of a political politician, another life, another person, because she and her administration are trying their best to save lives, to flatten the curve, to save your stupid ass. But then, like I said, on the flip side, I feel like this is some misplaced anger. Because these people, some of them really don't see themselves as being racist. And then some of them truly are racist. And then some of them, you know, are really out there because they need to get back to work because they don't have jobs. It's just so complicated. There's so many different takes to it. And I'm not saying this to justify shit, but I'm saying this, we have to look at perspectives here. We have to. Something has got to give. Because I'm not risking my life for an economy that didn't give a fuck about me, and for a country that don't give a fuck about me. That's just how I feel. My family and myself, I come first. My family. And that's who I'm going to do my protective for. I'm not finna risk nobody, my family life for this. I'm not. I'm simply not going to do it. You feel me? Everybody can do what they want to do, what they're entitled to do. But me personally, I'm not risking my family and my life for this. You know, you can do your protesting and all that, but I'm not risking my life for you. Okay? And again, I stand with Gretchen Whitmer. I hope y'all stay safe. I hope y'all stay alive. I hope you know, stay home if you can. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart. And be safe. I'm out.